How you doing? It's Jerry L. Green, producer, Southern California Black Business Expo. Here with Robert. Robert, you started Graham's. Let's talk about the story of how you got Graham started and how did you get the restaurant and everything.
Well, I used to have a gambling house, and I used to gamble every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I wanted gambling. One day I wanted gambling out in Riverside where I live at. I've been living out there for 50 years, so I used to gamble a lot and shoot pool a lot. And when I wanted gambling, a guy beat me out of a car one weekend. Then the next weekend, I beat him out of my car, which was my daughter's car. Then I beat him out the restaurant. Then it was history from there. Then I worked it from there. I used to have people in there working it. My mother used to tell me, Robert, you ain't gonna run no restaurant. And so I said, well, mother, I gotta do something. So I just got to start kind of, hustling, doing that, helping out with it. And so I got some people to help me to run it. And so it was history from there.
So how'd you come up with the name?
I came up with the name Grams because my kids call my mother Grams.
Okay.
So now it's 5 generations of us Grams. My mother's the first Gram, I'm the second Gram, my daughter the third Gram, my son, my grandson is the fourth, and now he have a little baby boy, and he's the 5th Gram.
Okay, so it's generational. They continue to push the restaurant down. Okay, so let's talk about some trying times you had while you was in the restaurant business. What was one of the toughest days you can remember?
Well, 2008, when everything went down, when Obama first came president, all the restaurants was closing up, and I was hustling. Then I met some people that kind of helped me to keep it going. So I went through some hard times with it then and there. But in good times, I really haven't had no hard time, because I always kind of was a hustler.
Okay.
Because I always made ends meet.
Okay.
Like when I had my house, I always had people rent rooms for me.
Okay.
And I had a big junkyard. So my father left me a big junkyard. Us boys a big junkyard. So I used to gamble out of that. I had a big junkyard, held 2,500 cars in it at one time, 2 cranes and about 4 tow trucks. So I worked at that for a while. Then I used to rent out spaces and people to sleep in their cars down at my junkyard. So
okay, always an entrepreneur, hustler.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the way that I always raised up in church. So I went to the penitentiary 2 times. When I went to pen 2 times, I was dealing drugs. I went to pen the first time I went, I thought I was slick when I got out. But after I went back the second time, I said, well, I'm through with this shit.
Okay.
That's the way life was with me. I've been to San Quentin, Folsom, and all of that.
Okay.
So I've been there 2 times, and I did 7 years out of my life in prison.
Okay. So anyone watching the video, is there anything you want them to know?
That you can make it through grace of God. You don't care what if you raise up in church, someday you will to go back. You go back home. You always remember my mother way back in the day say, if you can go out on Saturday night, you can go to church on Sunday. That still stays with me.
There you go. Again, it's Jerry L. Green, producer, Southern California Black Business Expo on tour, here with the founder of Grams. He started because his kids just call his mother Grams. Again, come on out to the restaurant located downtown Riverside. They're open. They've been serving the community for many years. Come on out and support this black business.